Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of All Myths Are True here on Game Nights with 2Gs and a K. I'm your host and your keeper of monsters and your unprepared game master, Savvy, and we're here to play a game that I'm very excited about. But before we do that, announcements. I'm gonna write an announcements song one day and just sing it on stream. Get ready. As far as our regularly scheduled things go, they're all happening over the next few days. So get excited. We've got Saturday nights on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern time, where we play Dungeons and Dragons. We've got Slang 101, in which we play more Monster of the Week on Sunday afternoon. We've got Exiles on Tuesday, where we play Dungeon World. That one is actually at night. And returning from a couple weeks off, we have Tidefall, which is D&D, back on the 11th. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Games for your enjoyment. They're all going to be awesome. Tune in for all of them. Or watch the VODs, which you can watch here on our Twitch page or later on our YouTube. And if you didn't take notes just now on our schedule is down below our faces. If you're watching live on Twitch, it is also pinned to our Twitter page. It's also on our Discord, which you can join and come talk to us about games and all kind of fun stuff. I don't think I really have anything else. We also have podcasts you should listen to. They're good and funny, and they're on CastBox and iTunes and all your other podcatchers. Anything else anybody wants to say? Except not Morgan, because she left. Nope.
No.
All right, everybody stare awkwardly at Morgan and she puts her headphones back on.
This is too much silence.
Doesn't work if she's not looking at us.
Sorry, Morgan. I told everybody to look at you weird when you put your headphones back on.
Oh, okay.
All right. Live TV, everybody. So yeah, that's it. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, but right here, right now, we're gonna play some Monster of the Week. I guess I can say what our next thing is gonna be.
Yeah.
Since it's coming up, I guess I totally forgot about that. So yeah, this if you've been watching All Myths Are True for the last 12 weeks or so, I think we're on week 13. You'll know what's going on. If you haven't, they're all on YouTube. Go watch them. They're pretty fun, if I do say so myself. But we are coming to what is the end of this arc, this major kind of storyline of this season of All Myths Are True. I don't know. I guess it's a season. But yeah, we're sort of coming to the end of this story. We have probably this session and one more of these wonderful characters. So get your fill, because in a few weeks, we are going to be starting something new. We're going to be playing Tales from the Loop. So it's going to be a really good time. We're going to say goodbye to the coursers in a few weeks and try something new. And we also have another friend who's going to be joining us. You know him, you love him from Saturday nights and also from his own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/dammitbarry. Barry is going to be playing with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be playing. I'm going to be running it. These kids are going to be playing as literal kids in the loop, fighting monsters and doing stuff. So get ready for that. I'll tweet about it for sure. If there's one thing that can be counted on, it's that if something's happening, I'm gonna tweet about it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited. But for now, hold on to your hats. And let's play this game. All right. So where last we left off, some spooky things were going down. You all had gotten into a lot of shenanigans on the Dwarven homeworld that I'm not going to recap because I've recapped them a bunch. So go watch our last few episodes. You remember lots of shenanigans with a crystal and some weird, dark, magical tendrils and things going generally very bad with the dwarves. You had sort of infiltrated the whole scene, made your way down and down and down to the center of Noctod Glen, the kind of center of this dwarven capital, and also one of the major magical academies on this very, very magical world of dwarves. You got into some trouble doing some big magic, trying to fix said very powerful magical crystal, opened up a portal in a wall, got sucked into it, and experienced some very strange things. You were all separated. You all saw different memories, as well as some of you, at least one of you, saw a future of some sort. That was, I think, very unsettling. I unsettled myself a little bit with those. And through these different experiences, you sort of all in your own ways fought your way back, or dared the seeming illusions to touch you until you realized they couldn't. Smith, you made your way back and fixed the crystal somehow, and tried to make your way back to headquarters to make heads or tails of the strange sigils and the strange visions and the strange weird puppet thing that Smith encountered. But as you did so, you rolled very bad and you ended up on an unknown world with some very, very large footsteps in the distance. And we're gonna pick up right where we left off, with all of you in the mom van hearing these very large footsteps shaking the ground underneath you off in the distance. Lost, definitely not home, and not really sure what's going on. What would you like to do?
Where are we?
I really wish I knew the answer to that. Give me a minute. Can I try to, since I've primarily been the navigator in the mob van, can I try to figure out what went wrong? I know I zoned out for a minute. I don't know what move this would be.
Well, do you, I guess when you say find out what went wrong, what do you mean?
Why are we not where we were supposed to be?
Okay.
And where are we, perhaps?
I will say you can do this a couple of different ways. If you want to lean towards the more mundane way of doing things, trying to figure out where you are, you can certainly investigate a mystery, or I guess maybe read a bad situation might be more applicable to this one. Or if you want to focus in on your navigation, which you mostly do with your magic, you could probably roll something plus weird to try to figure that out. I'd probably call it a use magic roll.
Okay.
To kind of interpret what is going on.
Yeah, I've still got my magic stuff out, and I will try doing that first.
All right. We'll say read a bad situation, but you can roll plus weird.
Okay.
We'll smash them together.
Smash. Let's see. That is a 11.
That's very good. So yeah, let's we can pull from, I'll say, either the read a bad situation list or investigate a mystery. I don't know. What do you want to know?
Part of me wants to ask what's the biggest threat, but I feel like it might be quickly walking this way. So, oh no. Okay, so I could ask. Oh, I could ask 3 of these. Okay. What's our best way out?
Your best way out is probably the way you came. There, you sort of find yourself in this damp forest. There are large trees kind of surrounding you. There is no sort of like road or any indication that there's civilization or anything like that. So rather than try to traverse this unknown planet, the best thing to do is probably to get back out through another time portal.
Okay. And I can't remember, have we set those up in the past, or does Aegis set those up and then we jump through them? How does this work?
Both
I don't remember.
typically when you are out in the field and you're returning, that's mostly on you and the technology of the mom van to sort of be able to return to the point from which you came.
Okay.
You're just gonna want a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know where we are yet, but I mean, we could just get the van start back up and we could just try to leave.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yes,
Done. Does it sound like they're getting closer? These big footsteps that we hear?
I think right now they are, because they're so far apart, because they are so large that it's hard to tell. They're not happening any quicker.
Can I don't know if we can will this into existence, but does the mom van have a moonroof or a sunroof or whatever you call it?
It probably does. I feel like we might have had one when we were were we driving it with all the werewolves? I feel like we used it in a chase scene at least once.
I don't remember.
It was not the werewolves, but we did have a chase scene.
I want to use it in this chase scene.
Yeah.
Is basically what I'm getting into.
Okay.
Because definitely I want to grab my gun, which I was missing for forever in the last arc, and my sweet trusty gun, and I want to open up the sunroof and stick my head out while they are doing trying to get the van moving.
Okay, now you can have a sunroof or a moonroof. You can't have both.
Whichever one opens. I know one of them opens and one of them kind of partially opens, and
The moonroof, I think, is the one that slides back in. Anyway,
Okay.
I was just kidding. Yeah, it's a big window on the roof, and you open it.
okay. Otherwise, I
Okay.
smash it open.
No, I don't think Leffler would
I
like
shoot
that
it
very
out.
much.
I shoot a big square in the ceiling and make one.
And then
Well,
push
there
it
goes that
open.
dimensional integrity. Getting home's going to be a lot more difficult.
It's a convertible now. No, I just get up I just stand up out of the top.
Okay, like a bachelorette party in a limousine.
Yeah, basically.
You poke
and I
your
go,
head and your gun
"Woo!"
out the top of the mom van and look around, and I think you hear the footsteps, and I think from off to one side you can see every so often when one of these giant footsteps hits the ground, the tops of the trees kind of shake just a little bit in proximity.
Okay. I'm training my gun on the foliage, preparing myself to shoot whatever comes out.
Okay.
I am punching buttons and flipping switches. I'll say to the two dwarves with us that this sort of thing happens a bunch. We have the technology to make the jumps, but it is not as powerful or as accurate as the setup at Aegis HQ. So please bear with us for just a couple of minutes, and we'll be out of here in no time.
Yeah, I think Kaylin and Eamon are looking at each other and just kind of look at you, and at least one of them is like, yeah,
Very
I
professional.
can see why you didn't tell us that before we left.
Do not worry. We do not end up anywhere inordinately dangerous. But Smith, you're going to want to make sure all hands and body parts are inside the vehicle before we set off.
Yeah.
Didn't you co-sponsor those training videos at Aegis about what happens if you're outside the vehicle?
I did. I also... the rules do not apply. I'm just kidding. I'll be back in.
Okay. To get the van back started, would it be Lefla doing it and then I'm helping him, or am I doing it and he's helping me?
Depends on
Well,
what you
seeing
guys
as I
wanna
just
do.
took the thing to be better at helping out, it might make more sense for me to
Oh
do the helping.
yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So I guess I can go ahead and roll that first, because if I do good, it's very good.
It is up to you.
That's an 8.
Okay, so hey, guess what happens, guys?
Oh no.
It's my favorite thing.
It's
Oh, no.
literally the thing that Alex rolls, I think, the most.
Yep.
Which is on a 7 to 9, you give him +1 to help to their roll, but you expose yourself to trouble or danger. So Periwinkle, you're in the van, so setting up your crystals as Lefla is in the front, flipping switches and trying to get everything. And Smith, I think you have your head poked out, and the moonroof just starts like slowly closing on you. That
Feel
as
on the
it
back of your neck.
as it is you.
I can't shoot anything like that. Okay.
You're about to do an interdimensional jump. I think you have to have all the windows closed, but as it's closed, before you have to sort of move back into the van, you hear the footsteps grow quicker just a little bit, and the trees start to shake a little bit more, and you hear this low rumbling coming from not too far away. Low in pitch, but not in volume.
Okay, let's get out here now. Let's see, that's a 9.
With my +1.
Oh, with your +1 is 10.
I was about to ask. Okay, great. So yes, you close the moonroof, and so you kind of withdraw back into the van as it starts to roll forward and power up. And as this is happening, in the side view mirrors left from the front of the van, you can see the trees kind of behind you shaking and shaking and shaking, and at the same time this glow, this like white light, is starting to envelop the mom van as you get ready to try to make this jump again very quickly. Periwinkle, with your crystals and kind of funneling this energy into the van, you feel something kind of latch on, and the van lurches forward. And as it is kind of surrounded by all the lights and colors that you are familiar with when you're traveling interdimensionally, Lefla, in that side view mirror, the last thing you see is this huge scaled head burst through the tree line, and this just giant fanged maw like open up and start to roar, but it disappears behind you in a flash of light. And after a moment, you're traveling through dimensions. Smith, you like that something to say?
No, he's just disappointed. Wanted to shoot a T-Rex.
You could have gone and shot a T-Rex.
Can we go back?
No, this is one of the few times I will not turn the mom van around. It would be incredibly dangerous to do so during this jump.
I haven't gotten to fight a T-Rex in forever.
Well, maybe we can go back later. Not now, though.
Okay. So after a few minutes, Periwinkle, really paying attention, I think,
Yep.
to where you are going. I think, does Periwinkle even like talk to anybody on the way back, or is she just
No,
like...
she's very focused this time.
Okay. So yeah, you make your way back with little incident. The dwarves looking mildly terrified, but it's a smooth flight, no turbulence, and after a few minutes you land right where you mean to, sort of in the loading bay outside the garages at Aegis headquarters, where you usually dock the mom van. Congratulations, you solved my dinosaur puzzle.
Well, that was a quick
and
session, guys. Good job.
And yeah, that's the finale. That's where we're gonna. Just kidding. You got a creepy puppet to deal with. So yeah, you pull through the sort of large bay doors into wherever you usually keep the mom van. No worse for wear.
Gemma, we have arrived with our guests. Is their workspace ready for them?
Yeah, everything is set up and ready to go. So come on down.
All right, well, let's go and see Gemma face to face. And kind of waggles some leaves in place of eyebrows at Eamon.
All right. Does everyone go?
I go to write up my report in my office of a briefing from our mission, and then I go and join.
Okay. Yeah, you do this thing, Smith. You split off. I'm gonna go to your office, shut the door behind you, sit in the quiet to write whatever it is you write in your report. Do you leave anything out? Do you change anything? Or do you just say what happened?
I mean, I leave out specifically what was said. I don't know what's said in other people's visions, but I leave out specifically what was said in mine. I just like creepy puppet thing. Let's talk to us. Weird.
But not a lot of detail. Okay.
Yeah, I don't put a lot of detail there. And then I mean, I basically leave out anything that involves me using powers and anything that would directly conflict with anything that I'd already told anybody at Aegis, because that would be something that Smith would remember that Sean probably doesn't remember right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes you a little bit, I think, to wade through writing and editing this report to make sure that you're on the up and up. The rest of you make your way with Kaylin and Eamon toward the department that I said that Gemma works in, but I can't remember what I called it. Something communication, something. You know, you work there. I don't have to tell you what it's called. But you make your way that direction and take the two dwarves toward their workspace. Gemma and Eamon obviously very excited to see each other, sharing sort of a hug, and they immediately start talking, and Gemma is sort of asking, kind of bombarding him with all these questions about what happened and where he's been and what's been going on and how much time it's been and all these things, and he sort of introduces his sister, and it's all very nice. And after they sort of get them set up with their computers and their coffee and their quiet, I think Gemma sort of turns to all of you and just kind of looking like, so we're all set up here. Is there anything else I can do to help?
Well, there is. Trying to remember exactly how much we told Gemma. We mentioned that there was some weird stuff that happened, but
yeah, you said that we saw some visions, but I don't think you told her what we saw.
Yeah, and I will say between then and now, not a lot of time has passed, so I don't even think that the three of you have probably exchanged a whole lot of information.
Yeah.
Other than kind of what was said, like in the moment of like, oh yeah, I saw a creepy puppet.
Well, during the vision I had, I did, I guess, recover an artifact would be the terminology to use, and I'll pull out the music box and the figurine that got broken off with it and be like,
Right.
probably want to have a lab analyze this, make sure it's not leaking chaos energies or something of that sort.
Creepy puppets and music boxes. This is exactly the kind of thing I'd watch in a film on a Friday night. I would take that to somewhere that is not here. uh, evidence and artifacts is probably the place for that to go. Also, if it's haunted, I don't want it in here.
Okay, well, we can take it there and we can drop by, see if Smith is done writing his report. I'm assuming that's where he went.
Sure, that's going well. Sorry, yeah. Music boxes and puppets not really my area of expertise, but if you do need any help, if you need anything, sent out or any communications established, you know how to get in touch with me. Keep the earbuds. They're useful when you're not, blacklisted from the entire agency for a couple of days.
Yeah.
It was like an hour.
All right, well, good luck. I don't know what. I mean, we got the two experts on this sort of glyph stuff.
Yeah, especially now that they're together. Thank you. Really. It seems like you went through a lot to get them back, so I'm very grateful.
How we get up?
And I hope Smith doesn't get in too much trouble.
I guess we'll just have to see. It'll probably be fine. It's been fine in the past. I think they like him a lot. They let him off easy.
I hope so. Right, well, best of luck. Take that downstairs. And, we might do a cleansing spell or something in here just in case. I hate puppets.
Take care of that, checking Miss Smith, and I don't know how soon we should expect any kind of progress.
I couldn't tell you, and I'm afraid if I go back in the door, they will start throwing things at me. So, like I said, keep the earpieces. As soon as I hear something, I'll just call you direct.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Shall we go to evidence and artifacts perimeter just in case this does have a ghost in it? Attacks me in the hallway.
Yeah. Can I look at it?
Sure. And, as I handed you, I don't know if Gemma looked at it long enough to notice, but you would notice that one of the figurines is definitely Lefla, and
Oh.
because you were all there when at the monster attack on Lefla's partner, and so
Yeah.
you realize the other figurine is also them.
Yeah.
Was Lawful's partner also a seedling? It's been so long since we talked about this.
I don't know if we ever decided, because I don't do backstory.
You know what? We just won't say. Audience at home, they are whoever you want them to be.
You can do an OTP with whatever headcanon you want.
I'm just imagining Lefla and Keanu Reeves now.
Heck yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it's probably... Yeah, the first time she's really looked at it. So, yeah, probably notices that and is like, I'm sorry for whatever you saw.
I mean, it was reliving painful memories, but nothing I haven't already survived. What about you? What did you see?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. The sort of this puppet person claimed that it was the future, that something was wrong with my people. And so I think we need to We'll look into it. I hope it won't be the actual future. It's hard to know sometimes. 'Cause sometimes things that we see come true and sometimes they don't. And yeah, it wasn't great. I'm sorry I'm not going into detail about it. I can
It's all right. I mean, I imagine it must have been bad. Can't imagine that creepy puppet, whatever, would have shown us anything pleasant. But I don't know. I've never been
definitely
much,
not that.
never been much of one for understanding causality, but I don't believe the future is so much set in stone. I mean, I could decide to, throw this music box, just chuck it down the hallway, or I could hold on to it. And I am making two different futures by making one choice as the other.
Yeah, it gets very murky and very complicated.
I guess a lot of the other races call it the butterfly effect, but I don't know if that has a different meaning for you. I know it kind of does for us seedlings.
I know about these butterflies. I've not actually seen one, but I've been told we look like them. The reason I'm hesitant to tell you what I saw is because it involves sort of a secret and a trust that isn't necessarily mine to share. But I think if we go and talk to my people, I think it'll be okay.
All right. Based on how much this mission went wrong, I can't imagine they'll be eager to send us out on another one so soon, so we might have some time on our hands.
I hope so. And, hands the box back to you.
Right. Let's go make sure this isn't possessed or corrupted. So, haven't decided yet what I would want to do with it if I did get to keep it.
Not sensing anything weird off of it, but it's hard to say.
It did emerge from what I guess was supposed to be a vision. I don't know if you or Smiths would have had anything you might have been able to bring back with you.
I don't think there was anything. Not anything specific. Anything that was there, I would not want to bring back with me. But I'm glad you did, because maybe this can help us.
Here's hoping.
Where to next, fam?
I guess we're just gonna make our way to evidence and artifacts and be like, hey, is this cursed?
Nice. You go get
super
Smith?
cursed now. Probably will he's probably still writing because we weren't talking for very long with Gemma.
You all know
So-
he writes like he's running out of time.
That means nothing. That means nothing. You just
It means everything.
shoehorn Hamilton references into everything we do.
Literally every time we return to headquarters, the first thing you do is go into your office and spend hours writing.
That's true. I do.
Day and night. Like
I
you're
don't
running
think-
out of time.
I don't think it's a long report, but I do have two other quick things that I wanted to do.
Absolutely.
One is I imagine Margaret's taking care of June and Harry right now, so I give her a
Yes.
quick call just
Okay.
to check in and make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
Is everything
Yeah.
okay?
Yes. I was gonna ask if you wanted to play out that conversation or if you are
Not unless there's something important. If it's just a matter of a quick conversation and they're fine, then just.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You Chad is also making elephant jokes.
Yeah, I see
you-
that. I'm ignoring. G's dead to me now. As he was before, for some reason. I'm pretty sure a long time ago I said that too.
I mean, you've killed off the characters that are supposed to be him, and
Yeah.
like we've had so many Jeffreys that you've killed off, so
Yeah.
it's only fair.
It's even now. I'm just kidding.
I love you.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, you have a quick conversation on the phone with her. I think she is a little thrown off that you're. I don't imagine that you call her that much outside of like sort of
Scheduling or-
making plans and
Yeah.
like making sure that like what time she's gonna drop off the kids, you're gonna pick them up, or I mean your relationship is amicable, right? Is
Mhm.
is fine. So yeah, I think she's like a little thrown off. Like I think at first she is kind of afraid that maybe she's forgotten something that she was supposed to do. But yeah, everything's fine.
Okay. I just tell her that I say it's like everything's fine. Just check in and see everything's okay. I don't know if I'm like supposed to have them like this next week, but if I did, then I'd probably tell her like something came up at work and we'll have to like swap weekends or something like that. Just kind of try to keep it casual, not trying to raise any alarms or anything.
Okay. Yeah.
So I do that, and then I go to I'm gonna go to Agent Parker's office. Parker, is that right?
Sally
Yeah.
Parker.
I'm gonna go to her office on my way to meet up with Lefla and Periwinkle. But before I do, as I finish up everything, I put in my report. I sit there and like turn off my computer, and I'm in the like dim light of my office for a moment. And I just go, "Can you hear me?" Gwyneth.
Can you roll plus weird for me?
I don't want to.
Well, you shouldn't talk to the voices in your head, I guess.
Well, that's a 13.
Dang.
Double sixes.
All the way across the sky. Yeah, you hear nothing for a moment, and you sit there trying to remember the name that you heard, and then even in your silent office, after a moment, everything goes incredibly silent. All of the ambient sound, the sort of footsteps out in the hallway disappear, and you hear a quiet and sort of far away sounding voice that just says, "Yes, I can always hear you."
Okay, that's weird. Who are you?
I assumed you knew.
No. Why would I know who you are? I jumped through a volcano and then you started talking to me.
You called me by my name.
Fair. Okay. I mean, I know your name. I don't know who you are, though.
I am a friend.
That's the most vague thing you can say.
I don't think that's true.
Did you put this mark on my arm?
No. You did.
I think I'd remember that.
You remember the volcano?
Yes. I don't think I don't remember losing time.
It would be odd if you did.
Okay, what about the second one that showed up then? I was just standing there when that happened and jump through any volcanoes.
No. But you were in a stressful scenario.
So you're not doing this to me. This is some sort of manifestation of like precognitive powers or something like that.
Perhaps.
Damn it. I was hoping you could. That's worse. Now I have to file paperwork with HR and I'm gonna have to do another physical. There are a lot of permits for stuff like this, you know.
I don't.
What's
For
going
someone
on?
who
What? Sorry, your line broke up for a second. What were you saying?
For someone who asks so many questions, you ask a lot of the wrong ones.
What's with the creepy fucking puppet?
I don't know.
Okay. Why are they bringing things to our to worlds that we've been going to?
Why does anyone do what they do? There's some reason, some motivation. Nothing acts for no reason.
Again, that's incredibly vague and unhelpful. Can you give me anything? Like where can I find them? How can we stop them? Where are they? Coordinates, details, dates, locations.
I don't work in dates and locations.
Where are you?
I don't know. I suppose I'm with you.
Like possessing me?
Hardly.
Well, Gwen, we're gonna have to figure out a few things. So I have some work I need to do. We're gonna talk again soon, and I guess try to figure out where you are between now and then. Because whatever's happening, it seems like that thing knows you. So I'm imagining you know it. And if I have to hunt both you down, I will.
Well, you know where to find me. Or at least, how. The creature, whatever you saw, whatever spoke to me, it does not like you. It does not like your friends. If I can tell you anything, it's that you should think about why.
Well, most people don't like me, but I'll think about the rest of it. It's probably easier. Lead. All right. Good talk. Do I just hang up, or are you still listening? You said you're always listening. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
pretend like you're not, and just walk out of the room.
You walk out of the room, and after a moment, the silence sort of fades away, which is just a wild sentence for someone to say.
Mop.
But the ambient kind of room noise starts to come back, and you hear kind of your own footsteps clicking on the tile.
The only thing that I do after that is I go by Agent Parker's office and I ask if either she or maybe some of the rookies or somebody like that are on her team might do some surveillance and just keep an eye on my family.
Okay. Yeah, she's not there, but it's easy enough to sort of get someone to drive by. I'm gonna keep an eye out.
Okay, and that's it. I'll meet up with the others, unless there's somewhere else I need to be. But
You would know better than me.
I don't. I mean, unless I've gotten called in to get reamed out by my superior or something at this point, then
Nope.
I will just assume that I'm doing my job.
Okay. So Sorry, I just looked at the roll 20 chat for the first
Just
time in like 5 minutes.
Throwing wild theories
yeah.
out there.
Speculation.
There is some conspiracy happening in the roll 20 chat right now. You meet up with the others who are heading down to the department that I said a few minutes ago. It was evidence and something else.
And
Artifacts. Evidence and artifacts. So the three of you are together. You head down that direction. Anything you want to accomplish before you get there?
Smith, just to catch you up, I mean, this came from my vision. I essentially relived memories about my partner and kind of indicating the broken figurine. My vision, Periwinkle said she saw terrible potential future, but can't speak about it yet. What did you see?
Saturday morning, watching the game, that sort of thing. It was kind of boring. Nothing big.
Moves the fake glasses down and gives you the like.
No, it's creepy.
disapproving
Puppet
look.
showed up. Things danced around, knives, stuff like that. The usual.
I can't say I did see a werewolf in my vision, like the ones that we dealt with earlier.
And I saw part of one of the hags.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a wild limb here and say that whatever it is that talked to us is the one behind all of this. So the symbols and the summoning and so we're just taking this to evidence then.
Getting it analyzed, seeing if it, is cursed or possessed, or if it can give us any sorts of clues. Because it's maybe what we experienced were visions. So, Eamon said, we disappeared, but I brought something back from wherever we went to. So, figured should get that analyzed.
Yeah, I'm interested to know how that works. As far as I could tell, it was all fake. Did Periwinkle say anything? Or I don't know if she's told us about the danger, wanting to go visit your people. I know I wasn't there for the conversation you guys just had, but I don't know if I've been brought up to date on that.
No, so just like during this conversation, just like been thinking, and then would probably say, we should probably, I've told this to Lefla, but I think we should go speak to some of my people.
Right, yeah. Do you think they can help us find this person?
Perhaps.
Thing? Okay.
And if anything, I think my mother's advice could help you with some of the visions that you've been seeing separate from this.
Yeah, that'd be good. Good to get some answers there. Get out of the office for a bit. Okay, well, let's figure out what's going on with the creepy music box thing, and then we'll go do that.
Okay.
Okay. So you make your way down to evidence and artifacts. And you bring the music box in. You sort of approach the counter or the sort of front desk area. You show some identification. I assume you are then waved through to the sort of back area where you can directly turn this piece of evidence and or artifact over to someone. You bring it to the usual spot, and I think the person who you usually deal with, who is named what? One of you, any of you, forgot to name this person. Tell me about this artifact inspector that you deal with on a regular basis.
Well, part of me was hoping it'd be Theo, so
Well, I think
that's where my brain went.
I think their name's
I don't want to put that on
Gadget.
Theo.
No.
Gadget's very good. Okay.
Ooh, I like it.
What race haven't we have show up yet?
Dog, I don't know. Let's see.
We had all that. I know we had a shadow person. We had a plant person. We've had dwarves, humans. Wasn't there a
All
lizard?
of them.
Was there a lizard race?
Yeah. Officer
Yeah,
Steele,
the-
the blue lizard.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, way from the first.
And we had the
way back.
quartermaster.
Mm-hmm. Also a
Um,
lizard. Tails, scales, and ruffles.
Hmm. Had
I'll
an
say
owl.
this is a goblin
Okay. I don't think we've had
person. You have, but they
many
were
of those.
no, and they're sort of technologically inclined. So we'll say this is small sort of goblinoid that you are familiar with, named Gadget, is sort of in the one corner of the room, kind of working on something. Hears you come in, kind of wheels around on her heel, starts making her way toward you, locks onto you, Lefla. I think you saw the music box, holding the music box, looks at you, eyes go wide. She backs up and she goes, "No, not again. No,
Again?
get out, get it out right now. Get that thing out of here. I'm not dealing with it. No,
Have you seen something like this before?
I've seen that before.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, this
When-
is.
When? Oh, the last 2 times that you brought it to me, and I'm not doing it again.
This is the first time we've brought it to you.
It's absolutely not.
But did we also say that the other 2 times?
Oh my gosh, do you people even read the reports that you write? You write them.
Do you have a report that we've written on this?
I absolutely do. And she makes her way over.
I turned to the other
toward-
two. Is this a Groundhog's Day thing? Are we in a Groundhog's Day? I thought we remembered if it was a Groundhog's Day thing.
I feel like we would remember if we.
Maybe it is for everyone else but us.
I don't know.
Chad asked if she was wearing Heelys, so she is now. Yeah, she turns on her heel because she's wearing great Heelys, and she rolls across the floor to her filing cabinet, sort of goes through to the third drawer, pulls out the drawer, flips through some files, pulls one out, and hands it over to you, Smith. You flip it open because this is a report, and you recognize it because this is a report that you wrote
What
weeks
the
ago.
hell?
When you returned from Bergville, the small town right down the road, with a couple of pieces of evidence that you wanted brought back after you dealt with the night hags, one of which, sitting on a dresser in front of a sigil on the wall, was a music box.
But we didn't bring the music box in here ourselves.
No,
did-
but you made it clear that you wanted to check up on how the investigation into them was going.
Okay. Why? Okay. It's coming back to me now. Why? Are you
I
so-
know it's been a while.
Yeah. Feels like it's been about 6 months.
Thereabouts.
Why are you so freaked out by it?
Well, you were the one that had it tagged and brought back as
Mhm.
evidence from Bergville with the witches?
Yeah, hags. Yeah.
Hags. Okay, close enough. And it was here and looked at it examined it, all of that stuff. It did everything a music box should. The little figurines turned and it played music, and nothing terrible happened. And then it disappeared.
But when did it disappear?
Oh, a couple of days later, from what I would say is a very secure lockup.
Any video surveillance?
Nope, just gone.
It's not really
And
that
so-
secure then, is it?
Well, here's the thing, it's never happened before. Anyway, so it disappeared. I assumed someone had taken it, messed with the camera feed, that kind of thing. Standard thievery. Not pleased, but didn't really think anything was special about the music box, so whatever. I have a lot of things to deal with. Then, a couple weeks later, it shows back up. And guess whose name is attached to the report? Yours.
Mine?
You were on Lunaterra.
Yeah.
There was a whole the throne room with, like, I don't know, stuff in it that they took.
Werewolves. Yeah.
Just yes, the werewolves, but also stuff. They had things, they had hoarded stuff all around. Most of it was like food and shiny things, and this
Was there?
was in a pile.
They recovered this from the throne room?
Mhm.
Do either of you remember this being
Not
there?
specifically, but there was a whole lot in there, and we kind of just exploded.
We
half
kind
the
of
place.
just exploded.
That's what I got from your report.
There was a zip line too, wasn't there?
Yep.
Yeah. That was a good one.
So it showed back up.
Okay.
Evidence sticker still on the bottom. And it was here for a couple of days. And then it was gone. And I haven't seen it since.
Until now.
I don't deal in haunted items.
You're saying you don't have anything that's haunted?
I'm not saying I don't have anything that's haunted. I'm saying when I find out it's haunted, it's not my problem anymore.
Was it someone else in your department's problem? Also, as we're talking, I'm turning it over. Is there an evidence sticker on it now?
Mm-hmm. There's a little sticker on the bottom.
Did you take any photos of it when it was brought in for processing?
How bad do you think I am at my job?
Do you want me to answer that?
Yes, I have plenty of photos of it.
All right.
Agent Smith.
Yeah, can I see them?
Sure. And she sort of walks over to a terminal and starts pulling up photos on the
I'm
screen.
trying to remember because I'm pretty sure we went through the music box before at the Hags, like right before we were captured or something.
Mhm.
The figurines were not me and my partner.
That's
then.
what I wanted to check and see
Oh.
what's changed.
Yeah, you pull up the photos, and it is the same box, but no, the figurines in it are not Lefla and Co. There is just a small sort of standard kind of dancer figurine in it.
Okay, so none of
But-
the figurine was something standard, and then now it's okay.
Well, Gadget, you may want to take a look at it now because it has changed since you saw it, and will show. I don't remember whether it's me or my partner that is the one still attached and which one broke off.
You're still attached.
Yeah. Yep. None of us are particularly good at miniature ceramics, but someone went ahead and put me in the music box, as well as this, which broke.
Well, that's exceptionally weird.
Did you run any
Oh.
scans on it or any tests on it when it came in?
Yeah, everything I could think of. There was nothing. Let me pull up the second set of photos. And so she sort of swipes away the first set that just has the it's like a ballerina or something in it, and pulls up another set of photos, in which the box looks mostly the same, The sort of exterior of the box is the same. The serial number and everything on the evidence sticker is the same. But I think looking at it, Smith, I think you notice something just slightly different about the figurine in the center. It still sort of has the form and posture of a dancer, but on the back, just because you said this is specifically what you're looking for, on the back of this sort of white outfit that this dancer is wearing, there are these small like purple marks, like 2 lines kind of down its back.
Can you enhance this image?
Sure, yeah.
I don't know, the enhancing thing where it kind of zooms and pixelates and then unpixelates.
Yeah,
and you
I
can
know
see,
what
like-
I know what enhance means.
Okay.
It's
I
not.
just-
Listen, it's what I do is nothing like you see on TV.
That's
okay,
why
like I
was
can't.
asking. Okay. All right.
I can zoom in. And she zooms in, and
Yeah.
you see a Gesundheit. And she sort of zooms in on the image on the back of this kind of white ballerina's leotard. There are these 2 almost like drawn purple lines, like from shoulder blade to kind of the small of somebody's back, right along that, running parallel.
Know what made those marks?
No.
Or does only Smith see them?
No, you can all see them.
Is it like an etching or like is painted on?
It's like it's painted on.
Okay. Is it on, if we look at Lefla's, do either of them have the purple lines on?
Nope.
Definitely changing.
Yeah. Is this the rest of the photos you have?
I can see if there are any more sort of in the archive. We don't usually keep all of them in the main folder. And she starts kind of flipping through them, and she's like, it looks weird. It's almost like something should be where the lines are, but couldn't tell you.
Once we go through the photos, I think. I mean, I don't know how busy you are, but it would really give me some peace of mind if you would run tests on this again, because this appears to be the same box, but it is dramatically changed.
Yeah, I'll run the same gamut and see if I can find anything else.
And the lines, they aren't in the initial one, right? It's just that second one.
Right, yeah. This is, and I think she shows you kind of 2 pictures side by side, one of which the first time it was brought back from Bergville, where the hags were, and then the second one sort of after the werewolf incident on Lunaterra, and it's got these 2 kind of purple lines drawn on the back.
Now, did we just miss it in the snow in the volcano portal planet? Or...
There's
Let's
just...
go back. No, wait, it's here. Damn it. I don't know.
So it sounds like there's a chance this thing could disappear in a couple days.
Yeah. I don't really want to leave it here if that's the case, because then it's just wait. What if we tracked it?
Put something on it that we could find it again.
I mean,
Find where it went?
whatever this is, clearly they're taking it back. I don't know if you guys are running tests on it, not showing anything. It could be nothing, but if they're pulling it back to some place at the scene of every summoning or sigil that we're finding. If we tracked it, we might be able to get there before things got started. I wonder if we have any interdimensional trackers left in the armory, but
Trying to see if there's like, for like using magic, if there's like a way, if there's a way to do like what he's sort of like describing, like for like find a way to sort of track this. I mean, no. I mean, maybe. Because there's, I'm looking, there's like you could like you can banish things from objects, and you can like stop like portals and things like that. So I'm like wondering if there's a way to tweak it to sort of like somehow almost like scry on the object, sort of.
Yeah, I mean,
because
I think use magic does give you an option to like observe another place and time.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that it wouldn't be easy to do to be attached to like an object that you're all now familiar with. So yes,
Okay.
I think you can try to do that.
I mean, I could spend some more time with it, and then perhaps when it does disappear, I could try to find it again.
yeah, that works too. It's weird that the lines going down the back, they almost remind me of like gluing, like if they glued something on or something like wings or something like that.
Oh. Huh.
I don't know if that means anything. We'll see.
Kind of looks at Perry and her wings for a second.
Like awkwardly ruffles them.
Yeah.
I don't know why you can make black. Well, it was a dancer, and then it had wings, and now it looks like Clefla. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Trying to figure out the mind of a clearly unhinged person is probably not the best for our health and safety. We've got actionable things we can do right now. You try to put some mojo on this, and so we can track it down if it goes missing. And then we go to your people, see what's up there.
Okay. Gadget, do you mind if I in here, or should I go? Because you said you didn't like it very much.
Would absolutely love it if you would take this and just leave.
Okay.
Good enough.
Are you still going to run the tests on it, or?
I can do that now, or you can bring it back later.
Maybe do it now before you put your magic on it, Periwinkle.
Well, that's a good idea in case it messes with things. That'll give me a minute to go make a phone call really quick.
All right. Just, you know what? Why don't you just set it on the little platform over there, and then I don't have to touch it, and I'll do some scans. It's gonna take about 20 minutes, so make yourself comfortable. No phone calls in the lab space, so interferes with the equipment.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to my office. I'll be back in a sec, guys.
Okay. Periwinkle heads to her office to make a phone call. The other two of you wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I am not particularly inclined to let this thing leave my sight for until it disappears, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, she by Gadget's not like forcing you out. or anything like that. But Periwinkle mentioned a phone call, so she's being forced out. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you want to just kind of wait in the lab, Gadget runs some scans and types away on a computer, and there's some flashing lights and some loud sounds, and she runs a bunch of tests. Periwinkle. Yeah. You want to make a phone call?
Yeah.
Who to?
My mom.
Okay. You do so. Yeah, and she answers your call. Do you literally call your mom on the phone?
That's what I'm like trying to figure out if it's more like magic based. Magic telephones. Yeah, I think it is like a little bit of magic based.
Okay.
But to what extent? Yeah, maybe it's sort of almost like, I don't know.
It's like a crystal scrying, maybe. It's like a Skype call, but it's
like a
magic
Skype
crystal.
call. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that.
I don't know why I said Skype when we're literally on a Zoom call right now. I'm looking at all of you in Zoom.
Well, because you can make a Scripe pun.
Ah,
There
that's
you go.
why. Very good. Yes, you Skype call your mom. Yes, I think that in one of your sort of larger crystals there is a kind of a rippling effect for a moment, and then I think you can kind of see a fuzzy image of her on the other side.
Hi. So, was wondering, remember how I told you that my friend was having visions and that we wanted to, maybe you could give him some pointers?
I do.
I was wondering if we could do that soon, and also I saw a vision that well, someone showed it to me. I don't know if it was from myself or them or if it was fake or, but it was about our people. And I saw Sable in it.
You were very distressed.
Yeah, I mean, has Sable been talking to people about about using humans for breeding?
Sable doesn't talk much anymore. If we're going to speak further, you should come here.
You're right. Okay. Well, can my friends and I come soon?
Yes.
Okay.
As soon as you can, I think.
Okay.
Periwinkle, have you seen Sable?
No, not really. I mean, I saw them in the vision, but did something happen?
Come home as soon as you can.
Okay. And then click.
I love you. Oh.
Aw. Oh, she probably would have said something like that. All right, we'll see you soon.
Okay. All right, and you return to your friends as the tests sort of finish up. I think you can all see Gadget sort of looking irritated and shaking her head, and eventually, like, there's some beeping and some dinging that kind of indicates that the tests are done, and she's kind of throwing her hands up in the air like, I nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Is there still nothing unnatural about this?
I mean, there's something very unnatural about it, but it doesn't show up in any sort of chart or any measurable quantity. If it's not disappearing itself, something is coming to get it.
Well, seems like we do have a plan in place to try and deal with that.
Good.
So I guess we'll take this off your hands and hope that you don't have to see it again. If we bring it back, something has gone horribly wrong.
I will keep my fingers crossed. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. She hands over the box, and you make your way out.
So I assume we run into Periwinkle just like right outside, or no, you went
Yeah.
to the office.
Yeah.
I guess on your way back. So we ready to go?
Yeah. We should go soon. I guess we should keep that box with us. Was she able to find
Yes.
anything out?
Apparently, it's still just an ordinary music box by all the tests she ran. But do you want to work your mojo on it now, or should we head out first?
So much to do. Yeah, let's do this now just in case.
Alright.
And y'all got the brother and sister set up
Yep.
in their
Gemma
lab.
will let us know as soon as she knows anything.
Good. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Which I assume will happen like 3 seconds after we realize what's going on and the world ends or something.
I mean, given our luck, but the world does not always have such a sense of dramatic timing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's let you do your thing, and then we'll hit the road.
So
Okay.
I would like to, if possible, help out with this role. And I'm not just saying this because I picked up the
okay.
super help out, but I'm thinking, you know, most systems of magic have some kind of sympathetic thaumaturgic element to it, and since it's now a figurine of me, if you can like tap into my magical signature and use that to amplify the tracking.
Absolutely.
I like it.
And this very definitely opens me up to if it goes terribly wrong.
Oh no. Actually, no, you're not allowed to help anymore. Get out of here. Take your dice.
This is what my playbook does.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
All
All right.
Roll plus
Yeah.
cool.
Well, that's only a 6.
Can I help his help?
No. It says right in
Awesome.
the move.
I don't read the
Cannot.
moves.
It says you cannot help a help.
If you think I've read any of the moves,
Well, that makes 2 of us. You do, in fact, roll a 6, which means on a miss, you expose yourself to trouble or danger without helping or interfering, so you don't interfere.
Okay.
Not how the wording of that move is meant to be read, but I'm just trying to be supportive. Yes, Periwinkle, go ahead and roll use magic.
Okay. Oh dear. That's 7.
Okay.
Could be worse.
So
Could be
oh,
worse.
Alex, mark your XP.
Yeah.
But on a 7 to 9, it works imperfectly. So choose your effect, which we're going to say is observe another place or time, and choose a glitch.
Maybe that's it's of like short duration. Like maybe I'll be able to see where it is, but only like super briefly.
Okay.
Or like I have to be like quick on it.
Okay, sure.
With the spheres or something.
Yeah, so you sort of conjure this magic around you, kind of drawing on Lefla's energy, focusing in on the figurines, or the single figurine that is still attached to the music box that looks like Lefla. You all see this kind of vague purple glow sort of coalesce around Periwinkle and then kind of funnel into the figurine in the music box. And you, Periwinkle, I think you feel it attach. And essentially what you've done is kind of placed almost like a sensor on this, or drawing on Lefla's energy onto the music box. So you get the feeling that this will work once. So if something, it is attached to the box, if something happens to it, if it moves or is transported somewhere else, you will have a very brief window of being able to sense where it is. Very brief, very short.
Mm-hmm.
And if it moves again after that, you're probably going to lose it.
Okay. All right. Well, I've done what I can, but it's hard to say how long it'll last.
Well, better than nothing.
Yeah. It's a good idea, though. Hopefully it doesn't move around too much.
I'll keep it on my person and let you know as soon as I notice it's gone.
You just like absorb it underneath your vines.
Pretty much.
No.
And I am gonna just like put it in one of my other vines rather than like putting it into my satchel that has everything else ever in it.
Okay.
So I'm
You're just literally holding on to it.
yeah.
Great. Love
It's
it.
a good thing I have an indeterminate amount of vine limbs.
You do.
Start growing new ones.
So yeah, you work your magic on the box. Lefla, you tuck it away. Where are you going?
We're gonna go to where the Chrysali live, which I didn't come up with a name for, I don't think. Unless you did, Savannah.
Nope,
I can't remember.
definitely didn't.
Okay.
There's a lot of things in this episode that I didn't name, turns out. But that's okay. For now, I imagine Periwinkle calls it home.
Yeah.
So the three of you, music box tucked away, make your way out, and you begin to drive, probably, toward Periwinkle's home to meet her mom, have some important discussions. But before we do that, let's take a quick break, and we will be back in just a very brief few minutes. Thank you so much for hanging out with us so far for this episode of All Myths Are True. We'll be back very shortly to see what happens next. For sticking it out with us as we took a break, but we are back and we are going to jump right back in to this episode of All Myths Are True where we left off. Well, we can skip the drive probably unless there's anything specific you guys want to do on it.
I mean, we have to know what music we put on. No.
What music do you put on? Driver picks the music.
Does Perry listen to? I don't know. Probably, maybe I think she maybe tries to put on like some classical music or something to like calm her down. But then it is actually one of those like classical songs that's like very intense.
Oh gosh.
That's how to shut it off.
That's very good.
Ride of the Valkyries.
Yes.
That is very good. Oh, I wish I had some classical music on Roll20, but I don't. So
good.
just imagine with your brains. Use your imagination. Yeah, you drive to Periwinkle's home. Yeah, Periwinkle, what does it look like? What's it like in here?
What's it like? Well, as we drive up, you guys kind of see what looks like kind of like the mouth of a cave. And there's probably like a few, like one or two, like other cars sort of like parked outside. Because there are probably other Chrysali that like very have jobs in the city.
I know we said that at least a couple of them work for Aegis in some capacity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
Okay.
But yeah, there's sort of like this mouth of this cave, and as we sort of drive up park, you can see that the cave sort of like goes down into the ground as opposed to like the like there's like a bit of a hill, but mostly it seems like it goes downward, and there's probably like a couple Chrysali out front that like are sort of like kind of like guards almost,
okay.
like posted out front.
Casual sentries.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I think you pull up, you park alongside the couple of other cars that are out here outside the mouth of this essentially like cavern that seems like it leads into an underground something or other. Yeah, you see. I mean, I think you probably recognize at least one of these Chrysali that are out front. I think they recognize you, kind of give you a wave, and don't really accost you as you go in. I think Periwinkle probably in your head, kind of as you walk by, they both, because you have this telepathic communication, will say hello or like greet you as you go through, and you make your way down into this cavern, through a tunnel into an underground portion of Locus. It opens up a little bit as you get down sort of into a kind of a main area, and as you go through, I think obviously you recognize this place. A little bit of it I think takes on a new meaning, since you have recently sort of seen your memories play out in front of you of sort of growing up in this cavern. I think in kind of on one side of the cave you see maybe some young Chrysali kind of goofing and fluttering around, kind of how you used to. You see a few familiar faces, and obviously Smith and Leffler kind of seeing this cavern for the first time. There are lots of insectoids here, all looking sort of vaguely moth-like, in different capacities. I think you see some of different colors, some periwinkle colored, others maybe darker shades of purple, or even lighter, maybe some blue kind of mixed in there. But as you make your way kind of into this main area, Periwinkle, I think you receive some greetings from people you recognize, some that maybe you don't, but after a moment the whole room goes quiet, as from one side of the cave, and Smith and Leffla, you don't hear anything, but Periwinkle, in your mind, you hear your name being called in your mother's voice, from one side of the room, as she is sort of expecting you.
Oh, I forgot you guys probably can't hear. We're just gonna go over there. My mother's ready to see us.
All right, we'll follow you.
Sorry, I forget a lot of the insectoids that we communicate not between ourselves. Sort of.
Oh, well, I guess they can explain how this works then.
Yeah.
The guess I will just be sitting here with my own thoughts.
No, wait. We'll figure it out.
It's fine. Let's go.
All right, you follow your mother's voice, Periwinkle, off to kind of a side chamber that you're familiar with, and you all kind of enter as the door shuts behind you, and you see Periwinkle. What does your mother look like?
Ooh. Okay. She's probably like she's like taller than Periwinkle and like taller than some of the other Chrysala you guys would have seen. It has sort of like Perry sort of has like a little bit of like sort of like fur around her neck, and her mother has like this like sort of like very big sort of poofy, almost like looks almost like a sort of like a cape or a mantle in the sense of like this sort of fur sort of like around her like neck and over her shoulders. She's sort of like a lighter, like almost white, but sort of like a lightish purple color, and has sort of these like big sort of like blue sort of swirling eyes, and she has sort of like a almost like a sort of like a crown on her head a little bit, that sort of like looked like it's made out of sort of like metal and like some of these crystals, almost like like a little bit of a crown. That's what Lunastra looks like.
Okay. So yeah, you see this being in front of you in this small, I think Periwinkle, what you know, is essentially kind of a more informal audience chamber. You, I think, have sat in this room with her many times and talked and chatted about a lot of different things. And she kind of welcomes you into this room. Periwinkle, I think, greeting you with a brief kind of embrace. It's probably been a little bit since you've been home. So hugs you and then kind of steps back and with her sort of large, like swirling blue eyes, takes all of you in and then out loud says, "Welcome."
Thank you for speaking with us, Your Highness.
Yeah, you could call her that, or Lunastra. She is
Lunastra to Periwinkle's friends. I think she kind of cracks a little bit of a grin. So, much has happened to you recently.
Yes, and sort of our assignments, we've uncovered what seems to be, well, we don't know what it means yet, but there's someone who is sort of causing some chaos, who's giving power to others, and we've been dealing with it, but they all seem connected. And very recently, this, for lack of a better word, person showed us some visions. Agent Smith, Jethro, has been also been getting some visions. We don't know yet if it's connected to this because it's kind of new for him, but might be connected, but we don't know.
May I call you Jethro?
Yeah, sure.
This is recent. The sight?
Very recent. What was that, about 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Incredibly recent. Are you still wearing your sunglasses?
No, I'll take them off.
Hmm.
Eyes are different too. That was kind of part of it, and then I'll show her the markings on my arm.
Hmm. So not an inborn gift.
There's some debate about that.
How do you mean?
Someone has reached out to me and told me that this might be something that I've done to myself. I don't know if the name Gwyneth means anything to you.
It does not. May I? And I think she kind of gestures out with one sort of thin arm, but like kind of large hands ish.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of kind of like reaches out toward your face and kind of your temple, like she's gonna touch you.
I just nod.
And she kind of lays a digit alongside your head, and kind of before your eyes there are these flashes of memory of Gwyneth's voice, of the kind of the first time the sigils showed up, of kind of going through the portal in the volcano, when your eyes went how they are, just very briefly. It doesn't hurt, just as if you're kind of seeing them in front of your eyes really quickly, and then they disappear. Interesting.
Any thoughts?
Many. Something is speaking to you. It is not you.
Good to know.
I think when this Gwyneth says you have done this, she means the magic. She means your travels.
Mm.
You have passed through many portals. Yes?
Yeah.
Something... Befriended is not the right word. Something has found you through your travels, through the magic, through these portals. Many beings are drawn to sources of power, portals being one of them. Your job puts you in danger, Jethro.
Well, the good thing is I can put this in as a workers' comp. So, all right. Well, we've got a bigger issue than me and my thing.
Right. Yeah, so this being showed us some visions, and I sort of mentioned it on the phone, and I haven't told them directly what I saw because it kind of has to do with, well, our pact, that the secret that we wouldn't tell when we came here. So I didn't feel right sharing it yet. But I think now it might be okay too. She sort of like turns to the other two. What I saw in the vision was, well, we were here, where my people live, and I saw another Chrysali, Sable, who seemed to be speaking about there is sort of prophecy that myself and some of the others of my clutch would find our people a new home. We were brought here during the crossing, and we have made a lives for ourselves here, but we always believed that someday we would find our own. We would return home or find a new home. And like I was saying, Sable was one of these who was also foretold. And in the vision, it seemed that Sable was convinced that perhaps this place is our home. And seemed to be breaking sort of the pact that we made. When she like sort of like gets like nervous and is like looking at her mom like, is this okay?
I think if you look at her, I think she kind of looks at you and nods and says, "You trust them, these two?"
I do trust them very much.
Speak freely. So do I.
Okay. Well, when Chrysalia are created, when we're born, we need another life to do so, to sort of nourish the eggs that we're in until we're able to hatch. And the pact that we made is that we would never use humans for this. And in the vision, it seems like this is what Sable was encouraging us to do. To use people and use elves and humans and dwarves.
Is this like a xenomorph thing?
Well,
Like, is it like you need like other living creatures to like nourish and take care, or is it like chest burster?
not like that. More
Okay.
of the almost using them as fuel
Okay.
in a way that would make sense. There's more to it than that, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm not judging. It's- so right now, what do you use? Like livestock or?
yeah. We do keep it, the fact that this is how we reproduce, we do keep it somewhat secret.
Yeah. I don't think. Not so many people have experience with sort of extraterrestrial life forms, and that's not like uncommon. It can be unsettling for some people, though. So.
Yes. Which is why we came up with the pact that if we were to live here and not worry about potentially being attacked for this, we made a promise long ago that we would not do this thing in order to protect ourselves.
So, where's your sister now?
Well, I guess I don't know. Kind of like looks at Lunastra. You mentioned something happened to Sable?
I was hoping you had the answer to that. I see many things. Your sister has been gone for 2 days. Without a word. And it is rarely that we are not hearing words from Sable.
And no one's been able she hasn't reached out and no one's been able to contact her?
Nothing.
So I saw her in this vision, and it seemed like she was orchestrating this.
This
Whatever
is most
was.
distressing.
Do you think there's a possibility that the same thing that took the Dryo also took her? Is planning on using her here the same way it's used the werewolves and the hags and the elementals and stuff.
I mean, it seems likely from what we've dealt with so far. That makes me so nervous for my people.
Well, we need to stop that before it happens, right?
Yes. Because honestly, I don't know how Aegis would react. I mean, I trust you as individuals, but
Yeah.
I don't know about this organization that we work for sometimes.
Yeah, I don't imagine this is something that is known by Aegis as an organization. Your pact.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to put it in my report, and we don't have to tell anyone about that. It seems kind of above my pay grade anyway, so.
Right.
I mean, you would know, you work for HR.
Confidential?
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of ways that we could deal with this without needing to get everybody involved. I mean, this thing seems like it hates us a lot.
Yeah, it's actively attacked us in the visions.
May be able to use that to our advantage, try and draw it out, rather than wait for it to make the next move.
Yeah. Maybe trick it into bringing us to it. Then it invites us inside. We upload the alien virus, blow up the spaceship, and make our way back for.
Oh wait, I think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Are you?
We had a
showing the
marathon
kids their
movie
sci-fi movies?
We had a marathon this last weekend when I had the kids over. We watched a lot of old movies. So yeah, it's kind of got that on the brain right now. Anyway, business though. It's a good idea. In theory.
Yeah.
I don't know how
you
we
have
get
the box.
Yeah.
Box check. I still have it.
Oh yeah.
You still have it.
Box check. Hoo-ha.
Yeah, but I think as you're having this conversation, Lufla, you go to sort of check and make sure the box is still there. It's still there, but I think as you're doing this, as you look at it and kind of look back up, you can feel Lunestra's kind of big eyes on you, not aggressively, almost like inquisitive. And I think she kind of locks onto you for a second and says, "You carry a great burden."
This, I mean, I may be small, but this isn't too much. I mean, my kit weighs so much more than this.
Periwinkle has told me much, but not how funny her friends are.
Well, it is a coping mechanism. You should have seen me when we were up against the werewolves. I probably should have kept my mouth shut, but I just kept going.
This box you carry with you, it belongs to the creature?
It came from them. It's shown up in a few of the places that we have tangled with it, or its minions, its toys or friends. We still haven't quite figured out the distinction it has between the two.
You should be very careful with this.
That's the plan.
As you are sort of having this conversation, Lefla, and I think the rest of you notice this too, there is this kind of moment of silence that permeates the room, and then from the music box there is this brief pulse of light, very small at first, just a little bit of glow that surrounds it, and then it disappears, and Periwinkle, I think you see this. I think you see your mother's eyes go wide, like you have never seen before. And then there is just this blast of light from where Lefla is standing that kind of envelops all of you and kind of blinds you for a second. And again, the sound is almost kind of sucked out of the room as everything goes completely silent. And you just hear, all of you, just for a second, a small piercing sound, almost like the laughter of a child. And then the light kind of collapses back in on itself, and Lefla, you see nothing, and the rest of you see the room just as you left it, Smith and Periwinkle and Lunestra standing there, and Lefla is gone.
Well, shit, we should have seen that coming.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark an XP for being captured. I
Yeah,
think.
get it.
Oh man.
Get it.
Oh no. Okay. We prepared for this? Okay.
Focus. Where's it at?
Okay. I'm gonna try to figure out where Lefla went.
You do, and you cast a spell, and it said it would work once, so I don't think you have to roll because it works once.
Okay.
So yeah.
Where'd my friend go?
You focus in. Oh, man, I gotta put the creepy music on, huh?
Do you? Do you?
I do.
Ah, yes.
Periwinkle, you focus in, and I think kind of in the center of your chest, you feel this. It almost feels as if something has like hit you, like impacted with you, like you feel like the breath like kind of leave you for a second. And on both sides of you, I think you instinctively kind of reach out toward your mother on one side and Smith on the other, and Smith, as Periwinkle kind of reaches out for you and grabs you, you're kind of sucked into this vision that she sees in front of her, and what she sees, Lefla, you also see, because you're there. There is kind of all around you this darkness. Just for a second, you don't see anything. I don't know that after this pulse of light that you saw anything for a moment, and everything is kind of very cold. And then there is this small pinprick of dark, almost like purple light kind of on the edges of your vision. You turn toward it, and as you kind of focus in on it, it grows and it grows, and a room sort of forms around you. You are alone in a small kind of circular stone room. There are no doors, no windows, but you do hear softly the music that you heard from the music box playing. And from somewhere overhead, you hear a now familiar voice kind of speak out and down to you. Hello. You're back. Welcome.
Well, I guess thank you for the, I would say warm welcome, but it is quite chilly in here, actually.
I can turn it up if you like. And as
Just a
you say
smidge.
this, and as she says this, the stone walls around you kind of glow this like a bright orange, and you feel this just unbearable heat kind of surrounding you and swirling around you that you did feel one other time when you jumped into a literal volcano. But it's still quiet in here as this heat and this orange light kind of swirls around you, and you hear the voice and says, "Is that better?"
A little hot, if you could turn it down a little bit. I don't know if you feel temperatures the way mortals do. I'm gonna go ahead and guess you are not what we would traditionally conceive of as mortal.
So picky. And the light kind of starts to fade a little bit to this just like this low kind of glow, and yeah, the room becomes comfortable.
Well, forgive me for being made of more flammable materials than most of the other sapient races.
So, Lefla, can I call you that?
I suppose it's better than calling me Jim or Bob or Sally. It is my name.
Well, it's only polite to ask.
You're right, how rude of me. What is your name?
If I wanted you to know, you would.
Alright, I think I'm gonna call you Sally.
It's funny that you should say that. There's another Sally here.
I kind of look around the room. It looks like it's just me. And if I look up, is there a ceiling? Is it just infinite darkness?
It's infinite darkness.
Unless you've got a lot of people hiding up there, I don't think there is a Sally here.
I guess you can't see as far as I do. I wish you had a name that matched theirs. I have a Sally, and I have a Sable, and here I have a Lefla.
Well, sorry, I'm trying to remember. Did we have a Sally earlier in the campaign?
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember who that was.
Just talked to her earlier.
Oh yeah.
Well, you didn't talk to her because she wasn't there.
Oh, I just tried to talk to her
Oh, yep.
earlier.
I forgot that was her name when I just came up with the random names.
I literally could not have written this better.
Okay. Well, I do wonder. What do you do with the people you collect? Do you do you play dress up with them? I'm not much of one for accessorizing, so I'm sorry, I might be a little bit boring in that case. I mean, I've got these glasses.
I like them. No, they become my friends. Well, most of them.
Your friends or your toys? Still not clear on which one is which for you.
I wouldn't expect you to understand. They become my friends, or they become my toys. But toys get broken. Which do you want to be?
Well, I would prefer that none of us get broken. I mean, I would hope that you are old enough to know how to play with your toys and play nice and not break them. It must get tiresome and expensive replacing them.
You have such an interesting focus.
What, I'm not being broken? Again, I think that's that whole mortality aspect coming into play.
No, I'm just reminded that toys cost something for little ones like you.
I mean, everything has a cost. I mean, we could sit here and wax philosophical, but even friendships have costs. Now, they also give benefits that usually exceed those costs, but they are not entirely free exchanges. So, I guess it's a question of, are you a giver or a taker? My guess is you are the latter.
Oh, Lefla. I think you're going to become one of my friends. And
Oh,
as she
joy.
says this, and you hear Lefla say, "Oh, joy," the vision is sort of pulled back, and Periwinkle and Smith, you find yourself standing there next to Lunestra, having witnessed most of this. But you are still standing in the cave.
Oh, dear.
Do you have any idea where that was?
No.
Shit.
Could be anywhere. Okay. Well, I mean, we still have time.
Yeah. We figured this out. There's Lefla's competent. They'll know how to take care of themselves. Okay.
Yeah, he was good at.
Did it say it had Sally?
Yeah, I was gonna say he got a lot of information out of her actually. And did you talk to Sally?
I tried to earlier today. She wasn't with her unit. Shit. If it took Sally and it's got Sable, it's got to be planning something with Aegis and with your people.
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of sounds like it's gonna try to pop up. What you were worried about is the people finding out about the pact and then some sort of fight.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Right.
Yeah. You're right.
Shit.
Okay.
If it's got Sally though, it's the Aegis is compromised. I mean, she knows. She's got pretty high clearance. I mean, crap.
As high as you do, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we could try some magic again and maybe try to locate where they're at. Or perhaps, I mean, if it's got Sally, maybe Aegis has a way of tracking.
Maybe. Yeah. We at least need to get over there, and we have to let them know that Agent Parker's been compromised and that we need to make sure they're on red alert, because if she's brainwashed or something and gets inside, I mean, she could get all sorts of ordnance and nasty stuff there. Not to mention Lefla, if it, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it does, if it's gonna mind control Lefla too. I mean,
yeah, she said make him his friend.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably need to get back to Aegis then.
Okay. Sort of turns to Lesta and's like, we have to go. And there's a chance that it could go wrong.
I will be watching. Both of you.
Obviously, if you see Sable, let us know.
Please.
Of course. I will watch for Lefla too.
Do you know if there are any people within your community here that would be sympathetic to what Sable might be come back and try to be saying?
Sable has few friends, but strong friends.
Okay. I might advise keeping a close eye on them, just in case.
Yes. I will do this.
I mean, that's what I would do. So yeah, I would talk to my friends.
Yeah.
I will watch.
Okay.
Please be careful.
Okay. Like, go give her mom a hug.
Yeah, I think she gives you a hug, a big hug, and then kind of turns to you, Smith, and says,
I'm not a hugger, really, but thank you. It was nice meeting you.
I will watch you closely if you will allow it.
Sure.
Here. And she kind of points, like, puts a digit to the center of her forehead.
Do I have to?
I will. I think she kind of struggles for like a word you would understand.
Like
for a
reading
second.
my mind, like mind linking, sort of.
Adjacent.
Okay, it's probably kind of crowded up there with the other person, but I'm sure we could squeeze you in.
You are precious to Periwinkle, please. Be careful.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on her.
And I will watch for Lefla.
Okay.
We hightail it out of there.
And you sail it out of there.
Lefla didn't have the keys, did they?
Periwinkle drove.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I drove.
Thank
So I'm sure you could
goodness.
hotwire a car if we needed to.
I'm just gonna throw out there is that if there's anything bad happening or somewhere that I'm not, I do have a move for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, what?
My hunches thing. I think
You
they
get
got me
hunches.
kidnapped the last time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So I guess that didn't work because Lefla was with us. Damn it. I need to stop being with you guys so that when bad things happen, I know they're gonna happen.
Oh dang, trust me, I thought about it.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
where you go?
Back to Aegis.
Guess back to Aegis.
All right, you go back to Aegis. What's your goal? What would you like to accomplish? Yeah.
Okay. Well, Smith should probably report that Agent Park is missing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would maybe like to try to do some magic to see if I could like spy on Lefla some more and maybe try to determine where he was taken to.
Okay. Okay, so Smith, you're going to report in. You have like, I was gonna say you have a move that's like deal with the agency, but that's like for getting stuff, right? That's
Yeah, it is requesting help or gear or making excuses for a failure.
okay. Well, that last bit might come up.
Ooh.
Let's do. Okay, we'll start with Smith. So, are you going to your superior, or what are you?
I guess so. I mean, whoever would be the most appropriate person to go to like that to say that Agent Parker, I believe, has been like kidnapped and maybe like magically compromised, and we need to like lock things down.
Okay. I'll give you a choice. I'll say you can. I think I'm going to ask you to roll to deal with the agency due to the fallout of everything that happened on the Dwarven planet. You can go to your superior, or you can try to seek out her superior.
I'll go to my superior. I think it makes the most sense. And then being intimately familiar with the corporate structure is that I go to my superior, then my superior goes to her superior since they're on like the same level, and we'll like, take care of things that way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll your deal with the agency move.
Okay.
Since you're going directly to your superior, I think the consequences are a little bit different.
Okay. Well, can't be. Well, could be. I have a +2 on this. This is statistically unlikely that I would roll so bad on all of these. That's a 6, so that's a total and complete failure.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm using a luck. We only got like so many more of these left. I need to do well on this. This has got to go well. I know failure would be really interesting right now, but I also think that
it would be really bad right now.
We need things to happen. We need them to happen well. So I'm going to spend a luck point.
Do you have your luck move?
Yeah.
Handy dandy, Mr. Spooky?
Yes. It's
handy dandy.
It's really not that big a deal. It's as you spend luck, your dark side's needs will grow nastier. You know, not a big thing at all.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You roll. I guess I don't know what luck makes you roll anyway. We've been playing this game for so long, and I'm like, I don't know any of the rules.
I changed it to a 12. Yeah.
Okay, you change it to a 12, which is a super success.
Yeah, which in this case, 10 plus, you're good. Your request for gear or personnel is okayed, or your slip up goes unnoticed.
Okay, so yeah, you approach your superior, who you rarely talk to face to face, and sort of inform them of what is going on. I think you kind of brace yourself to probably be like thrown out on your ass, but it doesn't happen. Nothing is brought up. They sort of listen for a moment, kind of listen to what you have to say, and kind of nod at you. And I think just they don't say much, if anything, but I think they say to you directly, we'll take care of it.
Thank you. Is it a sir or ma'am, or I don't know how. Just say sir. Just go with that. Thank you, sir.
Smith.
Yes.
If you're pursuing any outside interests in relation to this, I do not condone them officially. And be careful.
Thank you. This is long. I'm trying to figure out what. No, I'm not going to dig any more into that.
And they sort of slide a key card across the desk, kind of towards you.
I surreptitiously, spy style, just pick it up without making eye contact.
It sort of looks like the thing that you might need to get into the armory.
Yeah.
You're not sure.
That's what I was figuring. I surreptitiously pick it up as I leave the room, and close the door behind me.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounded like he was implying that we've got some, like, we're fraternizing. Like, I've got, like, Sally and I have something going on. I'm not sure if that's what he was trying to get to.
After I said it, I realized it sounded like that because it's not what I meant.
Because my assumption initially was that he was saying that, like, if you're pursuing any, like, doing any off-the-clock work, like, not official business, like...
That is what I meant.
Okay.
Oh.
Sound like you thought
Or
that.
did you?
Hey, dog, I guess you just can't say the word relations on the internet.
You can't, really. No, it's purely business between Sally and I.
Viewers, your
Is it
headcanon is your own.
Is it though? Is it
Players, your headcanon is your own.
Yeah, so I'll go to, like, get suited up in the armory, I guess.
Great. You you walk in toward the very locked door and scan this key card that you have been given, and the whole armory opens. You essentially have been granted access to all of the guns.
Oh dang!
I walk in. If there's like an attendant there, I imagine they come to me and they go, "What do you need?" And as I walk past, I go, "Guns, lots of guns." And then the big armor racks start zipping out.
Heck yeah!
Yeah,
I'm gonna look through some guns that I want. Out of
guns
like,
everywhere. You just think about some guns.
Yeah.
Periwinkle, what you got going on? What do you want to do? Some magic?
Some magic, please. Maybe try again. I know I don't have that connection anymore, but like thinking like maybe like going to like Leffler's. Does Leffler have an He does. He has like an office in like the med bay, right?
I don't know if Lefla has an office all to themselves, but there's certainly like a nurse's station that they would frequent.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like maybe trying to find like some personal items of Lefla's, maybe even if don't feel like I've got enough, maybe even like driving to Lefla's apartment. Sort of gather some items so that I could try to track him down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll leave that to you, Alex. Do you think Lefla has sort of a lot of personal stuff at work, or with the nature of their work, my inclination is to say no, but I don't want to put that on
Yeah,
you.
I mean, there probably isn't a lot. There's probably just like, a few small action figures or figurines of some as yet to be determined hobby placed around like a computer at the nurse's station, and like I don't know. There's there's not
like
a lot.
little Lego things or something.
Yeah, you could probably grab like a couple Legos, but you may
Aw.
need to go break into their apartment to get more actual stuff.
Okay.
I like that. I'm gonna say you have to break into Lefla's apartment.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like it too. Okay, we'd just like message to Smith. Going to Lefla's apartment to go get some something I can use to help track him down.
Do you
Back suit.
need company, or you got it?
I'm just grabbing something. I think I'll be fine.
Check in once you get there.
I'm just like picturing that she's like hearing like clicks of like him like putting on like armor and like messing with guns and
So many guns.
I don't even know what that is. It's confidential.
it's a gun with like a chainsaw like bayonet thing.
Just the Gears of War guns.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Never know what you need.
Yes.
Sorry, you can't pull the pin on that grenade in here.
I do what I want.
I do. I feel like the armory keep was an NPC at one point, but I've forgotten them. So
Well, there was the quartermaster. I don't know if we had for the unit's armory.
Right. Wait, what was her name?
Who was the quartermaster?
It's in your notes, Alex.
Yep.
You
We
talked
have
to
this
them,
discussion
and you got
so
awesome
often.
armor from
Yep.
Is it another lizard person?
Yeah, that's the lizard. Cooper.
Cooper.
The lizard person.
Yeah,
Yes.
Cooper the lizard person with
Red scales, yellow frills.
red scales.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, they're there.
That's intended.
That's the end of that.
Okay.
They'll have a cool one-liner when Smith leaves the armory next session. Yeah, so just there's guns galore, but Periwinkle, you can make your way to Lefla's apartment. Do you break in, Lefla? Do you have like a hide a key, like a?
Yeah, there's
Is there like a door code?
yeah, there's probably actually a door code. Certainly into the main building. Lefla would have set you guys up with, that code or a virtual key. Then in terms of the actual apartment, yeah, we'll say there's also, like, this is mildly futuristic. There's probably like a pin pad you can enter a code in, and Lefla's also set up guest access.
Sweet.
Okay. So
love
you break it. You use your code probably for the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
for
does it,
Lefla not
maybe
being
does it
there.
wrong the first couple times and thinks she might have to break in, and then finally remembers the correct.
It's very distressing. Yeah, you make your way into Lefla's apartment, and their things are all in here, so you can set up your sort of scrying ritual and do a spell. So I'm gonna have you use magic
Okay.
for this, and I'll say because you did get this sort of vision of what they look like, and I said that it was successful, I'll give you a +1
Sweet.
to this to kind of track the actual location.
Okay. Do magic all day long. Ooh, that's a 14.
Okay, you do a very good job. So yeah, you set up your crystals and kind of focus in, and not only like having something of Lefla's here, like all of this is Lefla's, and
Yeah.
their energy is kind of surrounding you in this moment, and I think you pull that in and kind of focus it, and you get this strange, I think, like it doesn't really feel like a direction or like a location, but I think on the edge of your consciousness you just feel this pull, like almost like a ping, where I don't know that, like, if you looked at a map you could pinpoint it, but you have this feeling of where Lefla is. It doesn't feel like it's not in Locus, and it almost sort of doesn't even feel like it is on the same wavelength as you, but you feel like you know where they are, and you feel like if you were to try to move, especially how you usually move through with Aegis, sort of through like dimensions and time and space and all of that, casually, that you can kind of pinpoint where you need to go.
Okay. Lefla, would there be a photo of you and your partner in the apartment?
Somewhere, I don't know if it would be on display. Yeah, we'll say there's one on the fridge, but it's kind of covered up by holiday greeting cards and other things.
Okay. I like to think that, like, maybe Perry and, like, sort of like looking for things maybe tracked it down, and so that was there. And she's gonna put it in her pocket.
Yeah, you take this kind of old photograph of Lefla and their partner. And I think as you take it, the energy of the magic that you have just done is kind of hanging in the air and kind of following you. And I think some of it is kind of coalescing around this photo that you have, as there's this little bit of like magical essence of like Lefla and where they are kind of hanging on to this photo that you have.
It's kind of like infused magic now.
As you put it away, you have a little bit more of them to hang on to be able to track them down.
Okay. So it's gonna I think just like to herself, she's like, "I'm gonna find you, Lefla." And then calls Smith to let him know that has a vague idea, kind of knows where to find Lefla, but doesn't know what we should do next.
You get on the phone and say, they're here on Locust.
No, it seems to be somewhere else. We might have to travel via portals to get.
All right.
We want to get to her.
I'll come pick you up in the van.
Okay.
And we'll go. I've got some ideas. And as we turn around, Smith hangs up the phone, and I swapped out my SMG and my pistol for two other things I could have taken as the professional when I first created this character. That is, swapped out the SMG for a shotgun, and swapped out my pistol for a shotgun and my SMG for a grenade launcher.
Okay.
So Smith is just strapped right now, like the big ammo belts across the chest, grenades along the waist, big old grenade launcher on his shoulder. And this is going along with my violence dark side, I think.
Yeah. That tracks. Yup. So yeah, you all, the two of you, gear up, strap in, and get ready to go and find your friend. And I want to leave you today with this. Lefla. After this conversation that you had with this voice, person, creature, whatever it is, they left you alone for an indeterminate amount of time in this very small, comfortably warm still stone room. So you sort of sat with your thoughts for a while. After that sort of period of time ends, the orange glow around you, this kind of faint orange glow, starts to fade and fade and fade, and eventually you find yourself in darkness again. And after a couple of moments of this, the darkness kind of surrounding you and the heat kind of fading away into the cold once again, that purple pinpoint of light kind of shows back up on the periphery of your vision. If you focus in on it, it expands just a little bit, just enough around you to give you a vague sense of your surroundings. You are sitting on a cold stone floor, and there are two other beings in the room with you. One that if you focus in the darkness, you can make out a human woman in familiar dress, familiar face, Agent Sally Parker across from you. The other you don't recognize individually, but can make some assumptions based on some things that Periwinkle has told you. In insectoid, moth-like with wings on their back, pure white, a little bit of fur on their chest. And in the silence of this room, a now very familiar voice rings out. Oh, my friends. I can't wait for your friends to get here. I have a game planned that I think you're really going to love. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end today's session.
That's a no from me, dog.
Oh my gosh.
So thanks, everyone, for hanging out with us, if you made it this far. And thanks to my players for playing with me today, even though I'm a creepy monster, I guess.
No, you just play one on TV.
Sometimes I scare myself, but let's lighten it up just a little bit and do our end of session questions
Yeah.
very quickly, because everybody loves XP. XP makes everyone happy and not creeped out at all. At the end of each session, the keeper will ask the following questions. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Nope.
No.
No.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Not really.
If it counts as saving ourselves from the T-Rex.
True.
You did have 2 passengers.
Mm-hmm.
You could have get munched.
They could have
But we
gotten
did it.
launched.
Yeah, sure, why not? Count that. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes, I don't even know where to
Yes.
start.
That seems like enough
So much.
for me. So that is 2. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yes, I don't even know where to start.
So 3 yes answers means everybody marks 2 XPs.
Oh man.
That's the
Congratulations.
last improvement I think I'm going to get for this
Congratulations on your 2 XPs, everybody.
Oh man, I think I did get an improvement.
Good job.
Okay, which means this is number 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is number 5. So I can get an advanced one. Oh boy.
The fancy stuff is coming out. But yeah, we'll talk about that next time. Thanks so much, everybody, for hanging out and watching with us as we do some heckin' creepy stuff. And thanks you guys for playing with me. I think the next session of this game is going to be our finale.
Oh man.
Wow. Of this particular arc, and I've said this to y'all, my players, a bunch of times, so I'll say this to the stream and the internet, that this is by no means the permanent end of these characters, and they might come back. We might return to Monster of the Week. We might return to Aegis and the courses and all of that, but we're gonna end this arc, this particular story, and try something else. So we're gonna be playing Tales from the Loop in a few weeks, and we're really excited about it. Or I'm really excited about it. I don't like to speak for everyone else. I'm very excited about it. So we're gonna the show is gonna be same time, same place, same schedule. We're still gonna be All Myths Are True, but we're gonna be doing a different arc and a different story. So stay tuned for that. But before then, there are some heckin' spooky monsters that need to be dealt with, and I'm very excited about it. let's see. Coming up in the next week here on Game Nights with 2Gs and a K, we've got Saturday nights on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So check in for that on Sunday. We have more Monster of the Week in the form of Slaying 101, which I also run. So if you like this, you might like that. And then Tuesday, Exiles, Dungeon World. It's going to be awesome. Wednesdays, Tidefall is back after a few weeks off. So join us then for D&D as well. And then a bunch of other great stuff. Sometimes we do video games, and sometimes we do one-shots, and all these awesome people are in them. So watch it all. And if you missed it, go to our YouTube because there's great stuff there. Listen to our podcast, all that good. Yeah. Any final words? I mean, anything you want to say?
Thanks for the
Last
spoops.
words.
Well, I hope someone out there does fan art of Lefla and Keanu Reeves in like a prom
Oh my
picture
god.
pose.
Yes.
Really, we just
Please.
use Photoshop and just get Keanu Reeves and like Photoshop like a bush, like in his arms.
Okay. Yep.
I'll
Oh,
work
boy.
on that.
Okay.
God, I wish I could draw. But on that note, join us next week for what I think is going to be the end of this first major arc. of
Next week
All
or
Myths
2
Are True.
weeks from now.
I don't know. What, you know what? Look at our schedule and see when this game happens, because even the person running it doesn't know. Next time, 2 weeks from now, on December 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Let me add it to my calendar just in case. Join us next time for the finale of this arc, and maybe a little bit of talk about what's going to happen next time. And for sure, some spooks and scares and fun monsters and characters. But until then, good game, excellent hunting, and good night, Internet.
Good night,
Night,
Internet.
internet.
Bon nuit, internet.